Do you know anything about how healthy Errol's going to be to fight in 2020?
I'm confident that he'll be an active participant.
Yeah. And at some point we do get into the Mayweather Pacquiao stuff where guys get a little bit older. Yeah. You know, Crawford, I believe 32, I want to say. You get into 2021, then it's the what if sort of conversation. That doesn't do anybody. It doesn't really do anybody good.
Again, Errol has he's got to take care of business inside the PBC family. And again, once he does that and, the time is right and he wants to fight Terrence Crawford, they'll make the fight.
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. What's good, fam? Hey, listen, man, first off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, fam. Hey, listen, man, from the sounds of that interview right there with Bill Wagner, who is the big wig over at Fox Sports, who's in charge of the boxing, got a very good working relationship with Al Heyman in the PBC. From the sounds of it, I guess we could put all the Errol Spence rumors to bed. You understand what I'm saying? From what he's led to believe, that he's confident that Errol Spence will be back in the ring first half of from 2020. You understand what I'm saying? There's been a lot of speculation about, if Errol Spence is more injured than, reported and things like that, because no one has seen him. No one has really heard from him. And, acquired minds want to know what's going on with Errol Spence. You understand what I'm saying? But me, I haven't done no videos about it because, I kind of understand what's going on, man. Let that man breathe. You know what I'm saying? He just went through a very traumatic experience, a very, it could be life-changing, life-altering. We don't know how this will affect Errol Spence moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So we just need some time to, hit the reset button and, collect his thoughts, collect his self, you know what I'm saying, and get back on the right track, man. But I do want to talk about that interview a little bit. That interview was very eye-opening on a lot of different topics concerning the PBC and Fox. The topic that I want to talk about first is Terrence Crawford is not on the agenda, man. He is not on the agenda. So everybody who is, thirsting for the Crawford Spence fight, it's my belief that we ain't getting that fight no time soon, if ever. You understand what I'm saying? You heard at the top of the video that, Terrence Crawford's 32. You know what I'm saying? And if Spence don't fight him next year, he'll be 33. Then he'll be 34. And then, people will start to say, oh, man, what if he fought him a couple years ago? What if they did this? What if they did that? And I just think that, it's a big letdown to the fight fans. You know what I'm saying? Because, those two guys are considered the best at 147, man. And, we want to see it. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the two best fighters get it on, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to see who is the best. We don't want to just keep talking about, who's the best. Oh, he could do this, he could do that. I got Bud, I got Spence. You know what I'm saying? That's been the conversation up until this point. You understand what I'm saying? All that really means nothing. All that really does nothing unless the two get inside the ring and get busy, man. And from what Bill Wagner was saying is that, Errol Spence got a lot of fights at PBC that he got to handle first. And, I didn't play the whole interview. I ain't going, swagger jack like that. But, he mentioned Danny Garcia. He mentioned Manny Pacquiao. He mentioned Keith Thurman. He mentioned Sean Porter again. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So, PBC is definitely stacked at 147, and they definitely got enough solid fighters to keep Errol Spence busy for the next 2-3 years. You know what I mean? And unless Crawford finds some way to get out of the Top Rank deal, which I don't think it'll happen, but unless he finds some way to get out of that deal, man, I'm I'm going to say that that fight's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen, and I'm not going to even talk about it no more because I see the direction that PBC is going. You understand what I'm saying? And they talked about, is it the WBO or is it Terrence Crawford that they have a problem with? Because Chris Mannix, he brought up the fact that how, on PBC telecasts, when they put up the champions at welterweight, they do not acknowledge Terrence Crawford. And he asked them, is it a thing with Crawford or is it a thing with the WBO? Well, this guy, Bill Wagner, he made it, abundantly clear that, it is the WBO. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they have fallen all the way out with the WBO. PBC doesn't have a lot of fighters ranked in the WBO. The WBO has been known to favor Bob Arum in Top Rank and more recently DAZN. You know what I'm saying? PBC is not in that loop, so PBC has chosen not to even acknowledge them, you know what I'm saying? Which I kind of understand. They went on to talk about PBC is possibly getting ready to create their own championship title. I got mixed feelings on that because I don't fully understand. I don't have all the information, that I need to make my, to make my opinion, but from the information that I do have, it seems like, the PBC is just trying to, carve out their own corner in the boxing game and stay there, They do not seem willing participants to cross the street and make the big fights that we want to see, man. You know what I'm saying? They seem content with having in-house fights, which nothing is wrong with to a certain extent. But at some point, man, you got to give the fans what they want, man. You got to give the best fights, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to cross the street to do that, man. I know, there's bad blood between Al Heyman and, these other promoters. They tried to sue him and, a lot of bad things were said, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is business, man. It's the fight game. And you can't hold on to personal feelings, man, and I think that's hurting boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think PBC is doing an injustice to boxing by not acknowledging that, the fight fans want to see their fighters fight different fighters, man. Gervonta Tank Davis, it's no secret. If you follow my channel, he's one of my favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? He is definitely one of my favorite fighters, man. But, to hear Leonard Ellerbe in these latest interviews, just talk about how, Tank is nobody's mandatory and nobody's going to dictate, how they move and they're going to call the shots on everything. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's good for Tank. Yeah, that's good for them. Yeah, but when you look at boxing as a whole, so you're telling me if, the WBC decides to make Gervonta Davis, if they mandate Tank Davis fight Devin Haney right now, and they give him a certain amount of time to do it and, yada, 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 from what Leonard is saying is that, they ain't going to abide by that. They're going to roll how they want to roll. And if Devin Haney is not in their plans at the time, then that fight's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just real confusing as to what exactly PBC got planned, man. I know Dana White, he was supposed to lay out his plan for boxing this September, and it was supposed to go in effect in October. Here we are almost in the middle. We are in the middle of November and still no Dana White. Now, there has been rumors in the past that Dana White's going to be working with the PBC and Al Heyman. So, they may be in, serious talks and, business meetings, and he may have some influence on, the Al Heyman and the PBC creating their own title, because the UFC, they do their thing, man. And I believe that they may be trying to bring that model that Dana White is so successful with the UFC. They might be trying to do that with the PBC, man. It's yet to be seen, man. But all I gotta say is, as a fight fan, I just hope we get the fights. You know what I'm saying? All the political side, you know what I'm saying? Don't rock with this promoter. Don't rock with that promoter. You know what I'm saying? All that is, really bullshit, in my opinion, to me, to big faces worldwide. All I want to see is the best fights. You know what I'm saying? And if the Zone got the best fights, I'm watching the Zone. If Top Rank got the best fights, I'm going to watch Top Rank, PBC, Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it is that got the best fights, that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm pledging my allegiance to any of these promotional companies, to any of these platforms, man. You know what I'm saying? And to hear guys who do this and go down that type of road, man, it sounds ridiculous. You sound crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? You sound like you need to go and get a mental evaluation, because you're 730, Playboy. You're 730. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. If you waiting on Errol Spence to fight Terrence Crawford, get it out your mind. Big Faces Worldwide, we're not going to talk about that fight no more, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They are, dead set of doing things their way, and that's what it is, and I'm just disappointed. I'm very disappointed, that we're not going to see two of the best fighters of our generation fight each other in their primes. You know what I'm saying? They may fight down the line, a couple years from now. But right now, Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford are in their physical prime, and we, the fans, are going to be robbed of seeing it because of egos, and bad blood between the powers that be. You understand? But listen, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me on Instagram at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. I'm over there chopping it up, commenting on different topics in boxing, man. You know what I mean? It's fun, man. Come on over there and chop it up with your boy. I appreciate it. But in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holla back.